to try out. What's going on, everybody? This is BMT coming at you again. I literally put on my Gaddafi cap because I had to think about a lot of stuff. Us as the brothers, we've been sitting down, congregating, talking about new projects, new things. Me and Man of Tomorrow, we literally were just for a whole hour and some change, just talking about business. Me and Healthy, we were talking about some projects that we're looking forward to doing. So, with no further ado, I had a subscriber question I was meaning to get to, but I had not got to it. Again, guys, I know right now, I never thought we would be so packed up with so much stuff going on. And just when I think that I'm getting done with one group of stuff, a new season of things are coming our way, and now we're doing podcasting. So, we got our hands full. But you know, we're thankful for the work. We're thankful for the topics. Us brothers, we do appreciate it because it gives us a chance to shine some light on things. This brother who asked the question, we're going to answer it for you, brother, but I believe that you have a right to your question to be answered. The question I would ask that the brother asked was, her daddy never checked her. So what does that leave me? I think that's a pretty good question for a lot of men to ask, because a lot of men end up getting with women who have no father figure, who have no type of man in the household. I'm not sure if how many of y'all ever went to your girlfriend's house when y'all were younger and walked in there and there'd be a house full of women and kids. No man in sight. What might be the uncle or probably, you know, the boyfriend of the mama or something like that, but there's no man. I'm gonna start off with Healthy, and then I'm gonna go to the great Black Men's Congregation Bishop, Man of Tomorrow,
the Godfather.
The Godfather, really. He's the Godfather of the manosphere. This man has been crushing any topic that's come his way, so I feel like that's why we definitely brought him in on this one. Healthy.
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference when you can tell with a woman who's had a father in her life versus one who has not had one in her life? Is there a difference, or
there's a major difference. There's a major difference because if she had a father in her life, she is going to drip sweet femininity.
Ooh.
She is going to respect the words coming out of your mouth. She's going to let you be a man. You know, of course, without disrespecting her and things like that. And she's going to know the difference because the father figures in her life taught her that. You know what I'm saying? Versus a woman that didn't have a father in her life, she liable to let a nigga do anything to her. She liable to end up in all kind of crazy ass situations. So yes, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? If her father didn't check her, can you? And if you have to check her, how are you gonna do that? Beat her ass?
Dang.
Like real talk, like what do you have to do to check her? You have to verbally abuse her? Do you have to talk? Because she's gonna be out of whack in so many places. She's gonna do so much crazy shit to you. How you gonna check that? Either which way you're gonna be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, my first wife, man, she didn't grow up with a father. Her father died when she was like 3 or 4 years old. But her mother told her so many good things about her father. She revered her father. She loved her father, and she see a lot of her father in me. So on some real shit, even though she didn't have a father, I was allowed to be the man that I am to her, and she respect that. You know what I'm saying? So it can go many different ways, but a woman that doesn't have a father in her life, brothers, you're gonna have some issues. I'm on the fence about it because I didn't have a father, so who am I to say certain things? But
brother,
you're gonna have certain issues. You're gonna have certain issues.
Okay. Welcome, Jesse of the Jesse Bill Show. I know, Jesse, you walk those lines. I'm going to get to you last, but I want to ask the Godfather, Man of Tomorrow, this question. Man of Tomorrow, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
This is something that's pretty big, especially dealing with Black men. Is there some type of indicator of the father not being present in a woman's life, or is there really no difference anymore?
To me personally, like for me, and I'm just gonna speak for me. I mean, I don't have any time for nonsense
Mm.
because feminine women they like order too.
Ooh.
That's something that people don't get and they don't understand. I've never seen feminine women start arguments, they ask for clarification, but
Mm-hmm.
walk in, start arguments, walk in, try to run stuff. No, they need constant direction to make sure things are going right. And people try to switch words from one to another. We're like, oh well, she's just submissive, and then they use like the definition 3 or 4, which is like submission hold from like wrestling type stuff. When that's not what we're talking about, and they actively go there for no reason. So I just want to ask this dude, what recently has happened
Mm.
that made you think about getting out of this relationship because you shouldn't be in it? I don't care how unicorn it, because dude, her default position is to act out and be hurt.
Mm.
That's not a normal position for a man to be in, sitting there lying in wait for a woman to do whatever her baseline nature is. It depends a lot. I mean, because I don't think this guy just got in this relationship. I think he's been with her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this was an actual problem, it would have shown up right away. This ain't. It's almost like taking somebody who grew up in a family full of killers and just expect roses and peppermint from a child who's seen nothing but that. So there had to be something that has happened. I don't think it's a complete question. I think there's something that has happened that makes him want to give second thoughts. And I hope that he's not getting into no nonsense, trying to keep something like her around or trying to tough his way through it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do that with anybody. You're not supposed to tough through, endure anybody. They're supposed to come to the table with balance and rationality. This isn't something that you're just going to get on the fly. There is no double XP weekend for Call of Duty for like femininity and like rationality. There are no classes for that. It's either you have it or you don't have it.
Mm.
And I just hope this dude is just not in some crazy situation that led him to. And what may happen if he tries to leave?
I can tell you. Let me get into depth, because when I talk to the brother, and don't worry, brother, I'm not gonna give out your name. You'd be surprised. Like I said, brothers, I want you to understand. When you ask me, and you ask, we do have anonymity among BMT, among the Black Men Congregation and BMT. In the Black Men Congregation, if you ask any of the admins a question or any of the brothers a question, we do not blast you. We want you to come and ask these questions because we do care. If you ask us a question on BMT or you send me an email, I rarely show our email. I just make the content. I talk about it with my co-host. I talk about it with my partner, and I talk about it with one of my collaborators like Jesse Veal. And then after that, we answer it the best way we can. So I don't want you brothers to feel like anybody here, especially amongst us brothers, are here to bash you. That's never our intent. Our intent is to actually want to help you and give you the strength to find the answers that you are seeking. So I don't want you to feel like we're coming at you. That's why Man Tomorrow asking the question, how did he get to this point? And I could tell you the way how he got to that point, from what he told me, he's been in a relationship with her for at least about 2 to 3 years. Pretty much what's going on is that as far as being dependable, it's more so of he's like, he thought it was cute when she would call him daddy. And a lot of men, I hear this where they don't mind being called daddy. But in my mindset, that is a subconscious mind state for that woman. Why would she call you father? Because, I mean, I guess Hey, you do what you do in your bedroom. That's not me. But when you take on that authoritative type of title, especially with your mate, she's looking for your dependability. Now, that's fine. But when she is not dependable for support, mind you, the woman is your support. When you put up a beam, into from the foundation to the ceiling, it has support. There's supports that hold that beam still. If those supports aren't there to fundamentally lock that beam in place, the beam is easily shaken. Okay, I like to do analytically. I know my brothers understand what I'm saying. So if she cannot cook, provide, or do the things that she needs to, and she's looking to you, and then when you try to correct her or tell her, hey, what you're doing is wrong, and she automatically, her mind regresses and says, listen, ain't no man going to ever talk to me. And a lot of you brothers, let me know if y'all ever heard this. You can't talk to me like that. I never had a man talk to me like that before. Don't touch me. Don't do this. In other words, she's easily triggered when you correct her. And when you do correct her, she gets in some type of state like, hold up, you're not my father. That's the first one. That's the first indicator. When she says you're not my father, you're like, well, shit, I know I'm not your father. But why are you acting like this? The second indicator is when she needs you to take care of her. Now, understand, as a man, it is your job to be a provider. Do not. That is our mantle that we carry as men. That is what makes us proud. However, when I'm saying there's a difference between provider and dependent. My children depend on me. Okay? I provide for Melissa. Melissa supports me. Okay? My kids depend on me. My kids cannot go pay a damn bill. Melissa knows to go pay the bills. When your woman cannot do anything else but lay in bed and spread her legs for you, nigga, you are fucked. That is not good. That is not good. Because when time hits critical moment, maybe some of y'all just want y'all woman to be just like that. I don't know. But I'm telling y'all right now, and y'all can go, I've been to some countries where brothers have had 2 and 3 wives. Their women do not just lay in bed. They're out and about getting shit done. Cleaning, cooking, running businesses, doing other shit.
Oh, yeah.
So that way the man is not stressing. He's doing his job, but she is dependable. She is a provider also, but she does not try to overstep her boundary. There's a difference. That's why I said, a lot of you men, there's a difference between when y'all are now having to be daddy, not to just your kids, but also to that woman. So this brother for 2 to 3 years, man, tomorrow, he has pretty much been like daddy now. He's pretty much like daddy. And he wants out, but whenever he's now in a knotted up bind. Because now it's he's now every time he thinks he's about to leave, he goes right back in. Damn. I think he told me that they broke up 3 times and they keep going right back into it. So does that clarify anything for you, man, tomorrow?
2 or 3 years, huh?
Don't worry. We're gonna get back to you, brother. I got to get it to Jesse. So now you know. I know you writing down right now. You got some shit you want to say. So I got to get to Jesse. Jesse of the Jesse Ville Show. Welcome. Let's get to it, brother.
Peace.
This right here. Why is this a growing trend or a growing thing, especially in the black community amongst our women? Is this a big problem that we need to start addressing, or we can, as men, we can just teach them and pick up what their daddy did not pick up on? Talk on it, brother.
It really just depends on the path. You know what I mean? It's definitely a growing problem. The issue is this, right? When in functional cultures, right? When you are a child, the girls are taught by the mother, the sisters, the auntie, the grandmother how to properly be a woman and a wife. They are taught how to cook. They're taught how to clean. They're taught how to respect men in their society. etc., etc. The issue with the black community is that we don't have that. For the past 30 plus years, we've had a single mother matriarchal society that has been on the rise from the 1960s up until now, where we had 72% single mother households in the black community. Wow. And so the instructions that a woman in a functional traditional society would receive is totally different, and it's kind of putting things out of balance, right? And so listen, there's sisters out there, right, that have grew up in single mother households that have realized this, and they've been able to train themselves how to be feminine. They have sisters out here that are doing femininity classes, and sisters that are out here doing wife schools. And I've seen some of the sisters that have graduated from these particular courses, and on surface level, you know what I mean, their demeanor and the different things that they're doing, they seem on point in terms of being feminine. But you know, it's almost like the brother Elijah Muhammad said, you know, in turn, when it comes to black women in America, it's almost like if you're in a cabin, right, and there's 1,000 wolves outside your cabin, 900 of those wolves want to tear you apart, and 100 of those wolves want to protect you. Are you going to go out there and try to find out which of those hundreds that are there to protect you? Are you going to take a chance to open that door?
Hell no, I'll leave that door closed. Shit. We're going to have to just hold out, brother.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation we're in right now. You have a small minority of African American women that are feminine, on point, no nonsense. They know their role, they understand their role. But the vast majority, unfortunately, have grew up in that single mother household matriarchal mindset, and they don't know or understand their role within the context of a relationship, a male-female relationship. So there's brothers out there, if you're patient, you want to send them to wife school, send them to cooking school, yada, yada, yada. Or you could go to Africa, to the Caribbean, and get you a sister that has been trained since young to know and to understand these things. And I'll say this, man, I have a bunch of brothers that I'm friends and associates with that are married to black women outside of the U.S. And one brother in particular, his wife is from Kenya, and he says the only argument that him and his wife has had in a year of marriage is that his wife got mad at him because he tried to help with the damn dishes. She was like, "This is my job. You don't do no dishes in our house. This is my job. I'm supposed to be the one cooking. You don't supposed to be doing any of this."
I want to hit on something that you said that is a trigger word. Not for me. You're supposed to know your role. Your role. Your role. Y'all caught that word, your role. It's a very hostile word nowadays. Because when you say that, just like MOT was just saying about submissive, the woman finds her mate, she submits to him. Some people see that as that woman is weak or like a dog or a stepping stone. And I'm not gonna lie, I be catching some of y'all ratchet ones. Y'all be telling the woman who has a man, why are you cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff like you a servant? Well, like Jesse just said, like, hey, that one man's wife argued with him because she feels like, hey, this is not your job. Your job, this is my job. You have your job. I felt some type of way when I saw Melissa outside cutting grass. And I was like, hold up. She said, well, I just want to work out. No, that's my job, woman. Shit, you go for a walk. I felt some type of way. As for me, my masculinity felt some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I don't know about some of you brothers, but that's me as a man. And I feel like femininity is trying to tread on my stomping grounds as a man. You know what I'm saying? Now, she said, well, can I at least help? I said, well, okay, I'll let you cut this part. But you might want to fix up because you kind of swerving with the lawnmower, but you can fix it. But the part when it comes to role, and I'm going to start it off with MOT. Why is that seen as hostile when that is brought up nowadays for a woman when you bring up your role in the house, in her role?
All right. I want y'all to picture a baseball diamond. Picture the first, second, and third baseman. Now remove the left field, the right field, and the center field. And try to play baseball with trying to cover that amount of distance in those prospective areas without the proper personnel. It's going to be hell on the planet. If they bunt the ball, you can't run anywhere closer to home plate to get there fast enough to throw the ball to the base. They hit the ball too far out, you can't run way out there and then try to do that. What I'm saying is that when you got people who are playing too many positions and the wrong positions on the team is not going to function properly. You should never be doing second and third wave things of things that people should have learned very early in life. I understand you may care for this person and all that kind of stuff, but you're going to be far behind because you're playing too many positions on the field. It's the same thing in football. Imagine just having the nose guard there and removing the tackles or the linemen. Linemen. And so that nose guard has to hold back the entire planet, and it just doesn't work. It's dude, like, hey man, I'm pretty sure that you think you're doing well and all, but you have to give us more information about what went wrong, because there has to have been something that went wrong, very wrong in 2 or 3 years for somebody who's never been put in quote unquote check. I just don't think that this thing is going the way that it's supposed to without the minimum level of discipline within a household. That can lead to a lot of crazy things. And I'm just saying that you shouldn't base your manhood based on how much you can put up with and survive the actual event.
Wow.
You are a man. Your job is to handle the world. Your job is not to handle a woman once you get home. That's how you suffer from battle fatigue, and now you're fighting too many battles and you can't be effective in life. Because don't tell me that what you've been going through has not affected your life in any way, because it has, clearly. I just want you to sit back and understand that if you don't have no kids with her, then it's best that you try to find your way and exit out of this relationship, because you don't know what's going to happen. Even if it does go bad or you leave, you don't know that she probably think, oh, if a guy leaves, then I get to try to possibly do some physical harm to him. And that's okay. Because there are people who grew up in environments who think they could just put their hands on men with no consequences because, quote unquote, I'm a woman, so that way I don't get to face any consequences for actions. I just don't want you being in situations to where you have a life of regret just being in these type of situations, man. And you have to, I mean, come and say something. You have to give us a situation Not, I mean, because it sounds bad just on its face where we're at right now. But I'm saying that it could be a hell of a lot worse based on what you're not telling, because there has to be something that went wrong here. And I'm just saying, you have the perfect situation as long as you're not, as long as you don't have any kids with her or any of that kind of stuff. You can just bounce and get out of it. You're not obligated to stick around or stick through this. And there's nothing wrong with your masculinity because you don't want to put up with this. Your masculinity should be tied to peace, not vagina. So that's all I got, man.
MOT has been hitting on some hard topics, man. He's really throwing out some fire, and I'm going to swing that towards Healthy about that, because is there Healthy? Is there any type of signs, or is there ever how would a man start to back up out of this if he's always been in it for so long? I want to ask you on that, but I know I know it's something like this has happened before.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I would definitely ask him like 3 years. Like, why is he in it that long in the first place? Is it because he needs extra income in order to pay bills? He has nowhere else to go, or like why is he there for this long? But I would tell him he needs to work on building his life and ease out the best way he can, or just say pick up and leave. But it seems like something, if they're living together, it seems like he needs to build up his life so he can be on his own. That needs to be his goal. You know what I'm saying? He needs to build his life up and get on out of there, man. It's okay. Life, there's going to be, it's okay to be by yourself, brother. It's all right. You're not going to fall apart. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through your stages of grief, like through all breakups. I've been there. But, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to be okay. You have brothers here. You know what I'm saying? You can contact any of us at any time, and we're here to help you. That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be okay. Signs to look for, as far as what, when you get in a relationship with her, or what, as far as signs?
I would say, is there any kind of notification? But I got something I want to throw. I'm gonna throw at. I want to speak about on this.
Okay. I would say. I would definitely, like I just said earlier, man. Just try to get out, build your life up. I just need to see why he's there for this long. I really wish he was in the chat or in the live so we can see what's going on there. I need to know why is he there for so long. It can't be just the pussy. It can't be that. Like, what is preventing you from stacking your bread up, building your life up, and moving out? What's going on with that, brother?
Let me infer this. What I infer this, not just to him, but I'm gonna do an analysis. What if I told you that some men, some black men, or men in general, had never had any type of authority in their life? Would y'all believe that?
Speak on it.
Okay. What if I told you that because you knew that this person was already in a crippled state of depending, they needed somebody, and you bit off more than you could chew? This is why MOT said staying there for the pussy is it worth it? See, you thought that, hey, because I have some type of voice over this person, I can tell them this and that. And you see, the thing about it is you put that person into lack. I don't have to give nothing into the relationship. I will be daddy. I will take care of you. I will do. In other words, you thinking that you are the jailer, but it's actually in reverse. Because this person knows that you are now codependent on them. This is crazy, huh?
Yeah, you cannot trade one mother for another. You can't do that. You cannot do that. We do that all the time, some brothers. I'm not gonna lie. We
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
We do that. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot
Nope.
trade one mother for another.
I get what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Healthy. That's why I'm hitting to this. Whereas MOT was like, I don't understand this nigga. Jesse's like, I don't get why she can go take a class. But see, the thing about it is, for some of your brothers, you like this woman in this type of mind state where she knows that, hey, I don't got no daddy, and you're not my daddy, but you know what? I'll still be with you. Because you know that, guess what? You need that compatibility where you're more dependent on having her around you rather than finding you an efficient woman, an efficient, compatible woman. There's a big difference. Efficient is a woman that can keep up the house and do what the fuck she needs to do. So when MOT's out at work, shit should be done. Efficient is when Healthy gives her the money to pay the bills and he knows it's going to get done. Efficient is where Jesse does not have to tell her her role, but she already knows what she has to do in the household. Y'all going to say, oh, y'all talking about some 1940s woman back in the day, some type of slavery shit. You see, when you use those type of talking points, beware of a woman who looks at those type of talking points. Beware of that. Beware of those kind of guys who want a girl to be in that type of crippled mind bitterment state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she called that stuff slavery because you want in that type of role. But what type of role does she want you in? She wants you to be a good stand-up brother from this same era that's protecting and providing, right? But she don't want to be in her same role that she's supposed to be in. That's very interesting.
MOT said something about order. I did a show on it a while back that men thrive in order. Men thrive in order. What type of order is there if this woman was never given order from the get-go? MOT, why is it important that this woman has some type of order already in place in her, or already understand the order that you plan to push out?
I mean, you just don't want to be playing too many positions on the field. That's not fair to you. I mean, everybody is supposed to fulfill their specific role on this team. And in this household, there's two people. So if you're doing your job as a man, but she's somehow not doing her job as a woman, and she's never truly been around or in those types of situations to where she even know what a man is supposed to do, perhaps you're doing a little bit too much in this kind of situation. And I know this is something that you've been through for 2 or 3 years, so this is normal to you. I mean, you are asking a what question, but the order of the day is asking a why question. And like I said, we're not beating up on you, man. We just trying to get, because whys come before why. In certain situations like this. And when we have kind of like incomplete information, we have to make an incomplete analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what led you to being into this relationship and what led you to be still in it. That's a why that I want to hear first. Because if we can't get to that without any situations or circumstances or anything we can particularly draw from, it's just an incomplete, situation. I don't know how to explain it.
Do you think he's trying to get out now, or is it just too late for him?
More than likely. No, it's never too late. You don't have any kids, it's never too late for him.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's too late for her, for some reason, Doesn't mean it's too late for him. It has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with her. So it's just that. Okay, well, let's just make some bad assumptions here. Okay, something happened, and now he really wants to get out. And they've been together for so long, and he is could possibly be like, "Well, what's this girl gonna do if I'm not there? Who the shit you need to be worried about? If somebody is threatening your peace and happiness, you have to get the hell out. Because I guarantee you that's what they do. It's actual peace and happiness.
Right.
Yeah, no man.
I would almost want to say this, and I mean, the thing about it, brother, is, and I agree with them, and I'm gonna pass it to Jesse, that I believe you're not too far gone. I don't think you're too far gone. I don't think that would I say this is the type of person, and I'm gonna tell you, brothers, right now, when a woman is not in that type of mindset of a man can't tell her anything. But I remember you said that whenever you try to tell her something, she pushes it off to the side.
Mm.
She tells you about, well, this is what we did in my house, or this and that. And I mean, when you get to that point when a woman saying you can't tell me anything, you need to back the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Right then and there. If I cannot lead you, you have no part of me. I'm gonna tell you right now, brothers. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's up to you. Every man can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Every man can't do this. You have to be a man that speaks from authority.
Mm-hmm.
So I know all you men, all of y'all can't do this. This is why we're gonna see a few. I know somebody gonna take this video and run with it and turn it into some type of simp shit.
Mm-hmm.
But every man can't do that. Every man can't just say, I'm done. You do it by yourself. Jesse, why is it that some of these men lack the resolve to walk away from this type of situation with a woman that does not respect the man as a household leader? Why do some of these men lack the resolve to walk away?
It could be numerous reasons. You could have a situation where they addicted to the pussy. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the big ones right there. They could be emotionally attached to the woman. They could be a homosexual, or they may be confused. So what I talked about previously, I talked about the issues with women, but we have to realize there's just as many black men in America that have issues on the opposite spectrum as the black women have issues, right? So just like you have all these women that don't understand the feminine role, don't understand how to be a woman and a wife, you also have these same black men that don't understand how to be a man and a husband. So they don't understand masculinity. They don't understand the type of fortitude that you're supposed to have as a man. Like for me personally, man, like it's a situation like this, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even stay for no damn 3 years. All I needed is, 3 days, 3 weeks to see how the sister acted. And once she acted up, 3 seconds flat, I'm gone. Like my boy Robert De Niro said, he walk away from anything in 3 seconds flat, I would have been gone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I don't have enough information on his particular situation to advise him to up and leave. Cause so understand, right? When you're leaving from a woman, the type of reaction you're gonna get depends on the situation with the women. Like let's say he was with a sister for 3 years, and the sister's only in her 20s. he can leave and she might be pissed off and that's it. But if it's a sister that's closer to her wall, you know what I'm saying, a sister that's 33, 34, then she might try to kill his ass. She might, you know, that, and that's the worst case scenario. She might try to make him lose his job, might try to get him arrested. And on the worst case scenario end, she may try to fucking shoot him or poison his ass. Because the way the woman looking at it at that age is, if you're with a woman for 3 years and she's in her 30s or older, and you with her for that long, she's already begun to fantasize marrying you, having your kids, and so in a lot of those older women's mind, this is that fairy tale relationship, right? And so if you take that shit away from them, then you know they gonna go berserk and really try to seriously harm you if you leave. And so if you do leave in that type of situation, that's some shit where you really would have to leave, get out of the house if y'all living together, go to another state or another country or some shit. And I'm being serious because I know cats that then got killed for situations, pretty much, you know, playing around with an older woman basically for years and had leading on to believe that they were going to be marriage or having her believe that they're going to be married eventually and then leaving. So there's that.
Well, brother, I hope we did answer the question for you. Again, like I said, we answered that the best way we could, what you did give me to give them. I hope they did answer your stuff.
Man,
again,
look, let me say this real quick.
Go ahead,
man. Reach out to the brother and see if he'd be willing to like come on or something like that under a unanimous name. You know, just switch the name up or something like that.
Yeah. We can do that. We can
to properly give him a solution. We really need more details. You know what I'm saying? We're just going off of a general, you know, general
like based
question
on what we've been through and stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think again, and the thing about it is, but I was gonna do a topic about it. Brothers, y'all don't have to suffer in silence. I think that's one of the biggest issues that's going on, especially for this brother who's been in it for 3 years. Y'all stay in these relationships that are damaging y'all mentally and physically and emotionally and financially. And y'all don't have to suffer like this in silence. There's other brothers out there who can give you advice, but you gotta be careful who you getting your advice from. I can tell you right now, I trust these brothers right here. That what we want y'all to come. I have accounts set up so that way you can come on the show. Nobody needs to know who you are. You be known as Mr. Anonymous, and you can ask the panel. Literally, you can. We're not gonna. Oh man, you're a fuck up. We're not like some people. We literally will allow you to come on here and talk with us, and we literally will answer it. We're only going off of our experiences, from the young all the way to the old. But we want you to be successful. We want you to be able to be healthy and live a prosperous life and have as many fortunes as you can. But we can't really get into too much detail, and you only gave me so much to go off of. So I would, and like I said, and what's bad about the panel, we do want to help you.
Oh yeah,
we do.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you're asking for our help, we actually need your help right now.
Right, we do.
Because right now we're at a grade of an incomplete because we don't have enough information to go anyway. Because we need to, I need to know what the hell is going on so that way I can give you a solution. You know, don't be up in some hospital on some 72-hour whole shit because you're trying to commit suicide to get away from this girl. Because this is exactly where this shit ends up at most of the time.
Or don't snap and kick her ass because you're going to get blamed for it. You done sat there and suffered in silence. As soon as you stand up and go upside her motherfucking head, you the motherfucking bad guy. All of a sudden.
That does happen quite often. And that is why
men ain't shit.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, these brothers right here, we are serious about it. I'm gonna try to get it where we do more these types of panels where you already can tell the mood here is not on no joking. It's all on the serious type because there's a brother probably out there that if you ask the question, most likely somebody is going to be in the audience that is going to hear it, and they're like, I got that same problem. So then by you asking the questions and putting your stuff, telling us what's going on, trust me, we ain't gonna call you a girl. We just want to get you help. We just want to make sure that you don't do nothing that's going to fuck you up in the long run.
Mm-hmm. We want to handle the shit before it becomes court appointed. Court appointed.
Yeah.
Because all it takes for filing a protection order and you don't know that shit and you show back up at your own house and the police are going to show up and lock your motherfucking ass up. Yeah, she can file a protection order in the same day and have it legally in place, interrupt whatever legal proceedings that are going on in the courtroom, and have a protection order in less than 3 hours. Mm-hmm. While you're coming home on that stupid shit, she got the paperwork in her hand, your ass is in that house, something fucking happens and you're in a world of trouble. Happens to men all the time. I responded to this bullshit all the time. As much time you think you don't have, dude, you got plenty of time to walk away from this shit. Plenty. Don't ever think that you're trapped.
Right? Never trapped. Never trapped.
No, because, people don't make very good decisions from a standpoint of fear or being put in, or what they perceived as an actual corner. So we're going to need you to step up and tell us what the fuck is going on here. So that way we could be able to give you an actual solution to your question and problem. So now we're reaching out back to you to help us.
Please, I'm not saying if you didn't, but if you please don't get her pregnant. Don't. It's going to make it a lot more harder to reach inside the matrix and pull you out.
I would say this: if he does plan on leaving, don't even have sex for even the possibility of getting her pregnant.
Abstain yourself, damn it.
Hide your condom, shit. Yeah. And put a hose in them shit on your ass.
When they start knowing you're leaving, that's when they start wanting to fuck more.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. One relationship that I had, in my 20s, it kind of goes back to the show that we did the other night. I think that was last night about the mental health or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so the sister, she was mentally unstable, basically, right? And it was a situation where I was young and I ignored all the signs, all the subtle little signs, like her mother would crack little jokes, like, oh, you need a drink, Jesse? Like, nah, I'm good. Oh, you gonna need it. Just wait.
Wow.
I'm like, what she mean by that? And so, once I came to terms with the sister was mentally unstable, she was crazy, even though she was fine as hell and was pretty good in bed. I in my mind I was like, okay. Control your lights, locks, and in my mind I was basically like, listen, the sex good and yada yada yada, but it's not worth the drama and the issues and stuff like that. And so I said in my mind, like, listen, it was a situation where she had missed her period, and so what I planned, the plan was I was gonna be cool until we found out, made sure she wasn't pregnant. She was gonna take a pregnancy test, right? So I'm gonna be cool, cordial, yada yada yada, until she took that pregnancy test. Now, once I found she took that pregnancy test and that shit came up negative, you know what I'm saying? I went from her city back to my city, and I broke up with her ass on the phone. This motherfucker was mad. You know what I'm saying? She like I really did it on FaceTime, really. And this motherfucker, I bought her a book for a birthday or some shit like that. She set the damn book on fire on FaceTime. And this was
Wow.
this was like
Could have been your ass.
right. This was many years ago. Like we were in college at the time. You know what I'm saying? Both of us were in college. And so I say that to say, man, it's never too late.
So, brother,
you got to be strategic about it.
So, brother, she was the educated sister doing like this?
Yeah, man. Oh, and the crazy part is this. This the even crazier part. She actually grew up with both parents.
Oh my.
So I don't know exactly what happened to her to make her become so emotionally unstable. You know, she did have issues with her father because he was a perpetual cheater. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
She did have those issues with her father. You know, but I don't know if she was, you know, abused as a child or something like that. Very, very intelligent sister, but as far as emotional intelligence, you know, that emotional stability wasn't there, man. She was hyper emotional, like hyper emotional.
Like I
Get
said,
out,
brother,
man. Get out.
Like I said, man, we did our best. We did do our best. I know my next topic I gotta do. I'm supposed to be doing a ratchet topic. I'm supposed to be I got a video I'm supposed to be doing tonight where it's this beautiful woman and she's telling why she only fucks with fuck boys. And she's like, I tried good dudes, but they're boring. I like fuck boys.
You can have them. Shit.
We gotta do a topic on that one. I want to do that. Like I said, we got to get back to our Ratchet Weekend video shoots where we show y'all the video and y'all get to hear how the panel reacts to those videos because, shit. You can't pay people to do this or say this type of shit. That's just them. You know, I know I'm supposed to be doing a topic on how I'm supposed to be diagnosing the Braxton family. All successful rich women, but not one fucking man.
Train wrecks Anonymous.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it. Like I said, we gotta talk about it. But I know some people gonna see it's like, oh man, y'all hate women. No, we got nothing to get. We don't.
Married
we
to a woman.
We want y'all to get y'all shit together. Y'all, that's the biggest problem. I want y'all to understand this, man.
Wait, somebody in the comments said that?
No, nobody in the comments.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I usually at the end of the show, I usually go over stuff that is either sent to me or that I talk about in groups. Me and MOT, we do our share of stuff that people send to us or they comment in our stuff, and sometimes MOT just sits back, and I know he want to choke some of these people. I be wanting to just put my foot through this goddamn screen. Listen, y'all. Let me say this again. On this panel, there is nobody on this panel that hates black women, but we don't condone your fuckery. We're not going to. I'm not going to lower my standard, and neither none of these black men. We're not going to lower our standard for your coochie. We're not doing it. We're not going to submit ourselves to any type of fuckery. You got simps and Ray Rays and Pookies out there that do enough of that shit. That is why it's hard for black men such as ourselves to actually get our voice out. Y'all got more of y'all bastards out there acting a fool. I encourage y'all black men, go watch A Soldier's Story. Go watch A Soldier's Story. But there's a sergeant there that said, do you know the damage one nigga can do to the black community?
Just one.
MOT, you know exactly what he meant by that comment.
Yeah.
He said, not niggas. He said, nigga. Just one. That means one by himself can do.
Say that shit like zombies, man. That infection spreads fast as hell. God damn it! It's like the T virus.
Now I wonder why it's hard for us to go into banks, get loans, find a decent woman. It's like the goalpost for the black man is always getting moved around. 1 minute it gets moved back, then it gets moved to the left, to the right, then it gets taken down. After a while, you're like, fuck. Gotta get the fuck out of here.
Passport.
Yep, that's why I say passport, 125. Say fuck it. I took. It's okay. Y'all can keep the. I'm going to soccer now. Fuck it. You just don't have to play the game anymore. I'm supposed to be. We got to do a talk tonight, and I'm actually y'all want to do the talk on about pretty much. I think Jesse knows about it. I fucked 100 dudes, but you only know about 4. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's do it.
We're gonna do that. I can do that in a few minutes if y'all want to do that.
Let's do it. Shit.
I'm serious because Jesse, I don't know how you've been in that talk for so damn long, but those women were very serious. Was that quite a few women in there arguing with you about that shit? It was quite a few.
It was arguing with their damn self because I wasn't even responding to that silly shit.
I know, but they were serious.
Yeah.
Now listen, that's crazy about the MOT. They were serious with they were serious, man.
I'm down for that conversation, but I'm gonna have to do another one on my channel.
I know you do.
More women.
Let's do it.
With more women. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to bring some.
I would like to hear some more.
I'm gonna need a couple ratchet women that's about that shit. I'm gonna need a couple wholesome women, and I just want to see them go at it the whole damn show.
I'm just saying, but when I hear a woman saying she could fuck 100 dudes just like a man,
so we about to do this after. So you about to cut the stream off, and we're gonna get into that. Okay,
Let's do it.
All right, guys,
invite me to that.
All right, guys. So we're gonna close down this show right here, and we're gonna go into the next show. So y'all guys can come on into that one. Pretty much, like I said, we're running a gauntlet for the men. Like we got some work to get done, so we're pretty much busy on our shit. Let me go grab some water, shut down this show, retype up the next one, and then get it popping. All right, guys.
Peace.
So we'll see y'all guys in a few seconds. Peace.
All right. Later.